Coming up on Inside Lee University Basketball, highlights for 2 wins for each team, the men and the women, as the Flames and the Lady Flames take victories against Southern Wesleyan and against Emmanuel College. We'll also have a sit-down interview with Athletic Director Larry Carpenter. And since it is baseball season, we'll talk to Mark Brew about the Flames baseball squad. All that and much more straight ahead. Welcome everybody to another edition of Inside Lee University Basketball. I'm Randy Smith. Women's head coach Marty Rowe joins us first today. A couple of more wins for the now 5th ranked and hopefully soon to be 4th ranked Lady Flames. And you had 2 big wins. The first one was a game at home against Southern Wesleyan, and you stand at 23-1 right now. That's an awfully good record.
Yeah, I mean, we're really we're excited about where we're at, and we're excited about how we played this week. I mean, we obviously, as you'll see in the highlights, played really well on both ends of the court, and took two teams that were pretty competitive with us the first time we played them, and extended the margins on them this week. So. Team's going the right direction, so hopefully we continue to get better.
All right, let's take a look. Women against Southern Wesleyan.
You know, Southern Wesleyan played us really tough. They were kind of coming off of a big win. They had just beat Bernal in an overtime win at their place, and to be honest with you, I think they came in a little tired and maybe a little flat off of that big win, because they're fighting for 5th place on our side of the bracket, and we came out and got on them pretty quick. Made some threes early, got a bunch of hustle plays. You see Mary Jackson, offensive rebounding machine right now, but we kind of got going. We were active on the defensive end without having to really gamble and do a lot of things, and obviously when we start getting active and sharing the ball, you see Holly the Cali right there, and we're making shots. We're really a tough team to play against. And again, you see a guard. Right now we're leading the league. I think we're 3rd or 4th in the country in rebounding margin. We're out rebounding people by 12, 13 a game. The big part of that is our guards. I mean, our forwards do a nice job. You see another nice pass to Holly German, but our forwards do a nice job, but our guards can really rebound, and I'm talking about on both ends of the court. And that's a big plus when you got all 5 people crashing the glass on the defensive end, and then 3 or 4 crashing it on the offensive end. Sits out transition. Rachel Lockhart had a big week, played really well. We had some people that were struggling coming into this week, and they kind of got back to playing comfortable again, and I think this was a good confidence week for a few of our people. Jen Adams being one of them right there. They can really shoot and do some really good things from the 4 and 5 positions for us. So good win against Southern Wesleyan. Obviously the score got out of hand a little bit at the end, but we were excited about how we played.
82-21, the final score. Callie Eldridge with 14 points and 3 steals. Holly German had 11 points and 5 assists as the Lady Flames came away with a big win, 82-21, and they had a lot of balance. A lot of people got in the scoring column there. And next up, a game at Emmanuel. This was another conference game, another tough road game for you, and against a team that played you pretty tough earlier in the year.
Yeah, we beat them by 8 here at our place, and be honest with you, honestly, I think this is the toughest trip on our slate as far as in a conference. I think obviously Shorter and Southern Poly and places like that are really hard to play, but this gym and the environment that you play in down there is a really difficult time. So I was really happy how we played. I mean, we came out. You have to be tough. I mean, one of my assistant coaches, Kelly Kaiser, said it after the game. We brought some really talented teams down here that couldn't win, but this may be the toughest bunch we've ever taken down to Emmanuel. as far as a group. And you see Holly German, who, you know, epitomizes how tough we are. Her and Rachel Lockhart right there, hooking up. I mean, you know, you have to be so mentally and physically strong at their place, because you're going to get bumped and hit. And shooting a basketball, you know, that comes into play a little bit. But I mean, you have to do a lot of things really well. And we out-rebounded them, I think, by 18 in this game. And this is a team that's one of the best rebounding teams in the league. You see how we share the ball. Angela Spann out to Mary. And when Mary's making threes, Mary Jackson, it makes us awfully tough. And you see Mariah, we got big minutes out of Mariah in this game, which was really big for us. Holly just putting her head down, going, and Mariah getting a big offensive rebound, not panicking, kicking out. You know, those are daggers. Offensive rebounds with kickbacks for threes are daggers. And, you know, that's obviously we did some really good things like that. But, you know, we expected this game to be tight, and for the most part, it was a very physical battle. I think this is probably the shot that kind of broke their back in the second half. You know, shot clock winding down, we banked one in, but those things have happened to us all year, or not all year, in the past down at their place. So, you know, we'll take it. And you know, Holly just again, you know, having tough players like Holly and Angela and Callie leading this team. See Ange with a nice move right here late. Our other younger players just feed off of it. And then the addition of Mary Jackson. I'm not going to sit here and say that hasn't played a big part in this run that we're on. You know, I was really surprised at the score, but I'm really excited about how we played.
71-41, a big 30-point victory for the Lady Flames on the road at Emmanuel. Mary Jackson with 18 points. She hit 7 out of 7 from Charity Lane. And Holly German, another good game for Holly. She had 15 points for the Lady Flames as they finished the week 23-1. Your team playing very well. And a lot of coaches are afraid that you don't want to peak too early, you don't want to peak too late. But are you peaking at what you feel like is the right time?
Well, I think we're peaking at the right time. I think we're peaking the right way. I mean, we've had teams, and again, the coaching staff talked about it last night. You know, we've had teams that kind of hung their hat offensively and, you know, shooting the basketball. I mean, we only shot 37%. I think we only made 5 threes against Emmanuel. So it's not that we're peaking offensively yet. I think we're still got a ways to go there. But defensively, this team's getting better and better. And I think we can continue to improve. And so I'm excited where we're at. I don't think we've hit the ceiling as far as our potential. And but I know we're playing well, and I know we've still got room to improve. So I'm excited about this last couple of weeks.
All right. Good luck. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate it.
Stay with us. We'll be back with more Inside Lee University Basketball right after this.
I'm Ken Jones, inviting you to visit the all-new SpeakingDeacon.com, where you'll find everything you're looking for. Browse over 1,000 vehicles, including 12 new car brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. Apply for financing, get a value for your trade-in, schedule a service appointment, download monthly service coupons, and find the Deacon Jones store nearest you. It's all right here at SpeakingDeacon.com.
Speaking Deacon, Speaking Deacon.
Are you Speaking Deacon?
He never did tell me we might be alone.
How did she always make it look so easy?
Sometimes you just need someone to talk to. We offer support groups to help with grieving or just talking and sharing. These support groups are another of our commitments to you.
At Jim Rush Funeral Homes, we believe life is worth remembering with compassion and respect. We will continue this tradition that has set us apart for so many years. Jim Rush Funeral Homes, it's all about life. North Ocoee and Wildwood Chapels.
Welcome back. Time for our center court feature here on Inside Lee University Basketball. Athletic Director Larry Carpenter has guided the Lee Athletic Department for many years, and they've had a lot of success on the field and on the floor. But they've also had an equal amount of success in the classroom. We had a chance to sit down and talk with Larry Carpenter about the way things stand at Lee University.
Well, we've had a fantastic fall. You know, every year I seem to say this is our best year ever, and as far as fall goes, it probably was again. Of course, we know that the soccer team won their 4th straight national championship, which is just unheard of. I told Matt after the match, I said this record will never be broken unless you do it next year. And volleyball's just been consistent. 3rd straight Final Four finish, and the girls just, this was the first year I really believe we went out there and had a chance to win it. Always before you got Fresno Pacific, everybody's playing for 2nd place. But this year I felt like there were 4 teams that were capable, and we were right there. You know, had Texas Brownsville right where we wanted them, and it just didn't happen. Women's cross country made their, I think, 3rd trip to the national meet and did well there, and we sent a couple of our guys to the national meet. So as far as the fall goes, men's soccer, you know, Coach Fury came in and really lost a lot of tough games, but he was competitive, got him right there, and I think he's turning that program around and is going to do a really good job for us. So the fall sports, in my opinion, were excellent. They did a great job. Well, you know, one of the things is to provide entertainment for our students. You know, it's when you get the kids here, it's one thing to give them good education, but you want to provide something that for them when they're not in the classroom. But our coaches, you know, our goals, Jeff, are simple. We want to be Christian role models for our kids. We want them to do well academically. We want them to experience a positive, to have a positive experience as far as our athletics go. And then finally, it's about wins and losses. You know, we want to win championships, but in this whole scheme of things, that's not the top of our priority. We feel like if we hire good coaches, and give them the means to compete, that they can go out there, and our campus attracts good athletes. So that's sort of where we're at, Jeff. It's just this whole encompassing thing that it's not just necessarily the wins and losses, but it's more than that. Well, women's basketball, this is by far the best year we've ever had. I mean, record-wise and all others. I watched them play last night, and our defense is leading the nation, a little over 48 points a game, which is unheard of. But Marty's really got a good team going, and when we're hitting our threes, we're an outstanding team. So I think they got to be in the conversation for a national championship. Now, whether we win that or not, you know, I don't know, but at least we ought to be in that mix of teams that are capable of winning it. The men, I think, have a really good team. You know, we've struggled sometimes this year, but I see really good things from them. I don't think there's anything there that we don't have to be competitive at the top. You know, last week against Shorter, you know, had a real good shot at winning this. So I think those 2 teams can make a long run at the national tournament. As far as the spring sports go, it's, you know, baseball's right there again. I was talking to Coach Brew, and he feels like this team's better than last year on paper. Now, we'll see this afternoon, you know, whether that is the case or not. But both tennis teams are ranked in the top, you know, 17. I think the men are 17, the women are number 13. Emily picked up a pitcher over the break, and I think her softball team's going to be much improved from last year and be very competitive. And our 2 golf teams are number 2 and 5 in the country, Jeff. So, you know, I think we might have the best winter and spring we've ever had. And that's exciting. You know, I think there's 2 or 3 sports that honestly have a chance of winning it all.
Time now to go around the Southern States Athletic Conference, and we'll start with women's basketball as Regina Jackson of Belhaven is the SSAC and the NAIA Player of the Week. The 5'7" senior guard from Denham, Louisiana, led Belhaven to 2 wins on the week as she averaged 35 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, as well as 3.5 steals a game. That included a 42-point effort against Faulkner. She hit 59% from the field, 60% from behind the 3-point arc, and 94% from Charity Lane. In the women's standings in the Eastern Division, it's Lee with a comfortable 4-game lead over Shorter. The Lady Flames are 23-1, and as we tape the show this week, they're ranked 5th in the country. Shorter is next, followed by Emmanuel, Bruton, Parker in the Eastern Division. In the Western Division, Belhaven's having a nice year. They have put together a 12-1 conference mark, 19-5 overall, and they currently lead Loyola by 1 game. Faulkner is next at 7-5, 4.5 games behind, followed by William Carey, Auburn Montgomery, Mobile, and Spring Hill. On the men's side of the ledger, the Player of the Week and the NAIA National Player of the Week also comes from league leading and national #1 rated Shorter University. Walter Hill, a 6'5" junior forward from Gainesville, Georgia, garnered the award as he averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and steals per game as he averaged 49% from the field. And looking at the men's standings in the Eastern Division, pretty good race, but Shorter is comfortably in front. 2.5 games over Southern Poly, 3.5 over Lee, and 5.5 over Emmanuel. And in the Western Division, Belhaven is in first place with an 8-5 mark, 13-11 overall, but it is a real battle for the number 2 spot. In fact, they're all still involved in chasing for the championship as well. Mobile, Loyola, William Carey, and Spring Hill all within 3 games of the top spot. Then Faulkner and Auburn Montgomery bring up the bottom half of the Western Division.
I'm Ken Jones, inviting you to visit the all-new SpeakingDeacon.com, where you'll find everything you're looking for. Browse over 1,000 vehicles, including 12 new car brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. Apply for financing, get a value for your trade-in, schedule a service appointment, download monthly service coupons, and find the Deacon Jones store nearest you. It's all right here at SpeakingDeacon.com.
Speaking Deacon, Speaking Deacon.
Are you Speaking Deacon?
Fazoli's is the most family-friendly Italian restaurant in town. All of the fresh and flavorful meals are served right at your table on real dishes with real silverware instead of foam or plastic. Enjoy a clean, contemporary dining room and the excellent service you would normally expect from an expensive sit-down restaurant. For less than the price of a burger and fries, you can get a delicious hot meal like baked spaghetti, pizza, and all the breadsticks you can eat. It's fast, fresh Italian. It's Fazoli's. Welcome back to Inside Lee University Basketball. I'm Randy Smith, and joining us now, Tommy Brown, the head coach of the Flames. Flames also picked up a couple of victories last week, and Coach, we'll start with the big win at home against Southern Wesleyan, a team that coming into the game that had given you some problems in the past, but this time you were just too much for them.
We played well, 2 very different type games this week, and we won both of them, so good week.
All right, let's take a look at the first game, the Flames here at home against Southern Wesleyan.
Southern Wesleyan, as you said, they've played us really difficult over the years, and a lot of tough, close games. One of their main goals is to beat us every year. And so Charles Winfrey, great guy that coaches there. Alex Wells is continuing to play well, shooting the ball great and guarding on both ends. I mean, playing on the defensive end as well. So very thankful for the way he's playing right now. Tyrone Caldwell's been just rock solid, steady all year, one of the leaders in the country in assists and doing a great job. See the big fella block coming over there and blocking that shot. So I think the big fella is down under 300 now, so we're excited about that. That shot right there was made by Chattanooga Bacali product, Chad Lee. He came in and hit 3 big threes for us, and we're getting him back in the rotation. He's 6'6", freshman, and going to be a really good player for us as he gets bigger and stronger. And he's our player of the week this week and did a good job on both ends. And just real excited about Chad. Coached by Dan Wadley down there, and McCauley's had a lot of good players down there. So Chad's one of the smartest players I've ever coached, and sometimes some of the guys will try to tell him what to do, and I'm like, he's thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead of you, so you need to just not ever tell him what to do. Big Pat Shaughnessy working the glass there. Pat, no one works harder than Pat, and another Chattanooga guy there. There's 3 Chattanooga guys we talked about right in a row with Alex hitting the 3. So I tell you what Chad does is he gives us another perimeter shooter and spaces the floor out even more. Bryce Sharp, who's had a great career here, great human being for us, local product from Charleston. We've got more local products this year than we've, I guess, ever had. And we've always had a few, but this year we especially have those. But good win, good to finally have one that doesn't go down to the last possession or 2.
83-63, 20-point victory for the Flames. Tyrone Caldwell led lead with 12.6 assists, and Chad Lee chipped in with 11 points and 4 boards. As the Flames, with that win, ran their record to 15-5 on the year. Then you hit the road against Emmanuel, one of the tougher teams in your division in the conference, and it's always a tough game down there, and sure enough, that's what it turned out to be.
It was a very brutal game, and it always is down there, and they won the conference tournament last year. So we've won 6 in a row against Emmanuel, which is pretty difficult to do, and you see the small facility. This is the last year they're playing in there. They're building a nice new plush facility. That kid right there is a great kid, a senior, Graham Maxwell for Emmanuel. Just the kind of kid you want your son to be, really. We held them to 12 points in the first half. And just a grinded out defensive struggle. We only scored 22, I believe, something like that. So some of the best defense we've played since I've been here. And you know, Emmanuel does a nice job with their offense. Their coach is kind of a guru of this offensive read and react that we both kind of run. He's flown all over the country, and to hold them to 12 points in a half, I will definitely let him know about that for the years to come. But you know, you see how tight it is on you. You know, we only shoot 2 free throws for the entire game in a very physical affair. 7 minutes left in the game, we still haven't shot a free throw. And so they let a lot of banging go on, but you know, Emmanuel was able to shoot about 16, so you know, we were able to overcome some of those things and get out and get a great win right here. Get out to a 10-point lead, make some good decisions, play for each other. Alex gets us on he hits 2 or 3 threes here to really help us out. The big fella gets going a little bit, and so it feels like we've got it going, like it's going to be an easy win here, but then Emmanuel comes storming back. I'll tell you that this team never quits that Emmanuel has. They always fight you till the end. That's a great credit to their coach. They play harder than just about anybody does. This was a big bucket right there after Emmanuel come back, and here they are trying to tie it right here. We were up 3 and it rims out. That was a little closer than I realized right there. So
54-52. Well, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, right?
From my angle on the bench, I didn't realize it would hit the rim that flushly there. That was a little closer.
2-point victory, 54-52 for the Flames as they held Emmanuel to 12 points in the first half. And Emmanuel, of course, won the second half, but not enough. The Flames come away with a 2-point win. Big game again for Alex Wells, 14 points, and Steve Bennett, the big fella, 10 points and 8 rebounds in the middle for the Flames as they run their record to 16-5 overall, 10-4 in conference play. Now, this week coming up, let's talk quickly about the games you got. I think one of them at home at least.
One home game against Bruton Parker, and then on the road against Truett McConnell. Both those games will be tough. They're both talented teams, so we're playing better and better, and we need to continue to you know, just get a little bit better every day. And so it's a tough time right now. You got to win.
Yeah.
Pressure's on. So.
All right. Good luck, Coach. We'll see you next
Randy.
week. Stay with us. We'll be back with more Inside Lee University basketball right after this.
At Sky Ridge Medical Center, we believe every moment is important. That's why, whatever you encounter on the road of life, Sky Ridge Medical Center will be there for you and your family. You can count on our experienced, dedicated staff to provide quality health care and the advanced medical technology you need, so you don't miss one special moment. Sky Ridge Medical Center, your hospital for a lifetime.
Stop hunting. Start finding. Choose the AT&T Real Yellow Pages to find just what you need. No other book has more complete ads and up-to-date listings.
Welcome back to Inside Lee University Basketball. Time now for our Eye on Lee Athletics. Coach Mark Brew has guided the Lee baseball team to a lot of success lately. In fact, they've been to the NAIA World Series 5 consecutive seasons. We had a chance to sit down and talk with Coach Brew about the expectations for the 2012 version of Lee baseball.
Really excited about the product we're going to put on the field this year. We feel like pitching is going to be the strength of the team, and as evidenced by this past weekend, giving up 4 runs in 3 games. And so I think it's something that could sustain our success throughout the year. I think our team defense has a chance to be very good, which is an improvement over last year, so we're excited about that. And then offensively, I really like our ability to blend some speed and some power. And like I said, I feel like the team has the ability to sustain it for the long run. We only returned 11 players off last year's squad that finished 3rd at the World Series, but we recruited a lot of transfers, guys that have experience at other schools. Actually have a guy that won a national championship at another school. And so we feel like we can draw on everybody's experience plus those 11 guys returning and get that chemistry together that we need to go back. Well, our conference is extremely tough. Last year we put 7 teams into the national tournament out of our league, and that speaks volumes for our conference. For us to be successful this year, that's kind of where it starts for us. Even though our non-conference schedule is tough, but if we can get through the rigors of our conference schedule and find a way to finish in the top of our league, which we've been able to do over the last 5 years, I really like our chances to make a national tournament field and have a chance to make some noise in the postseason.
That's Jorge Saez's first home run of his league career and of the 2012 season.
Be sure and join us next week for another edition of Inside Lee University Basketball. We'll be taking a look as the Flames and Lady Flames head down the stretch in the Southern States Athletic Conference schedule. They'll have a home game with Bruton Parker, and they hit the road taking on Truett McConnell. We'll also have a profile of the Lee softball team, and we'll be chatting with some of the Lee assistant basketball coaches as well. All that and much, much more coming up next week. For coaches Marty Rowe and Tommy Brown, I'm Randy Smith. Have a great week, everybody.